Well, hey, B, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel, honey. Let's go ahead and have us a quick chat. Let's talk about some stuff. All right, y'all. Congratulations is in order for Miss Charmaine and her husband, Nick, okay? Nick Bay and Miss Charmaine Bay. They are welcoming another child. They're having a baby girl. So congratulations to them. I saw the little video that they put up, okay? It was so cute. They had the little cake in front of their daughter, and she was supposed to dip her hand in the cake and pull out a piece. And on the inside of that cake was going to be, you know, the color to let them know what they're having, whether it's going to be a boy or a girl. And it ends up being a girl. And Charmaine's face was like, and she looked over at her husband. And for me, in that moment, it made me think they probably were hoping to have a little boy, okay? Because they now have their girl. They probably wanted a boy, but they're having yet another girl. So it was just so cute. So congratulations to her. And speaking of Charmaine and Black Ink Crew Chicago, please know that the premiere of the next season will be dropping on next Monday, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. Y'all know out of all of the franchises, Black Ink Crew Chicago is my favorite. I feel like most of the storylines are more real, more authentic. I like the way that it's edited in comparison to New York. I don't really like New York no more. First of all, Caesar is a whole food. That's number one. Number two, I hate how they edit. I hate that we're looking at somebody else's facial expressions while someone else is talking, which makes me think that y'all just edit in the audio and create the storylines. And it's just fake. Okay. It's obviously fake. It's one thing for it to be fake and then just be obvious. Like, I can't stand it over there with Black Ink Crew New York. So, right. I'll watch it when I'm bored, but if I could choose, I'm going to stick with Chicago all day, honey. Okay. So they got some real storylines that they bring it to the forefront, and I'm looking forward to seeing it next season, honey. So congratulations to Charmaine and her husband Nick on their second baby. Okay, now I will say, and for the premiere, right, of Black Ink Crew Chicago, I will say that it's definitely bittersweet for her. I'm pretty sure that it is, because when she was pregnant with her with her oldest daughter, she ended up losing her mom, I believe, when she was pregnant at that time, or right before she was pregnant, or somewhere in there, she ended up losing her mom, unfortunately. And this time, while she's pregnant, she ended up losing her father. So very tough times, you know what I'm saying? And she's about to have these two beautiful blessings as her parents were on their way out, you know. So sad, but you know, like I said, it's a bittersweet moment, but I'm glad that she has her husband to be there with her to support her during this time. So congratulations to her on this baby and everything. And that's that on that, honey. Let's go ahead and switch gears, because it's not so much as a congratulations for these individuals, okay? Now, according to People, Miguel and Nazani, okay, they separated after 17 years of being together. Okay, they're saying that they wish each other well. Now, what we learned is that the pair actually dated for 10 years before being engaged. Okay, in 2016. This is very interesting because I was watching a show, and I can't remember what that reality show was called. It was called Platinum or something like that. Something dealing with money or whatever, but I know it had Megan Good's sister in it, as well as Nazanin on the show as well. And she wanted to be married to him so bad then. I feel like this show probably came out in like 2015, maybe somewhere in there. I think it could have come out like around 2015 or something. But she really wanted to marry him. She had been with him for many years. He was the only person that she ever saw herself being with. So in 2016, they ended up getting engaged, okay? And People is saying that in November of 2018, they actually ended up tying the knot, okay? And they got married. And I was kind of shocked, because I'll be honest, I didn't really see that happening for them when I watched the show. I was like, girl, this man, he got you dating him for how long? I don't think he gonna marry. I don't think he gonna marry you, girl. I really didn't think that it was going to happen. So to find out that they ended up getting engaged shortly after her being on reality TV, shocked by that, okay? And I really didn't expect them to make it down to, you know, tying the knot, but they did, okay? But unfortunately, just a few years later, they've decided to split, okay? Now they're going their separate ways, and according to People, they have confirmed that Miguel, who's 35, and the actress and model, who's also 35, have split after 17 years together. Miguel and Nazanin have decided to separate and have been for some time now. So interesting. So they've been separated for some time and we didn't even know about it. Girl, what a way to keep y'all stuff on the low, okay? They're saying that the couple both wish each other well, though, so they're not giving us much details around it. I can kind of expect them to not give us much details around it, right? I think Nazanin is a person that definitely enjoys her privacy as well as Miguel. She respects him, and if they didn't work out, they just didn't work out. But I do want to know, girl, like what happened, girl? Like, did you want children? He wasn't at that same place with you at that time. Like, what could have been the difference? I can't say it's him being busy with music because we haven't really heard a whole lot from Miguel anyway. So what was really going on that caused y'all to, you know what I'm saying, separate? Now, I really feel like it could have been the children thing. I could be wrong. I'm just speculating here. I haven't heard anything about Miguel being out there or cheating or doing anything like that. So I think they probably just had a difference on children, or maybe she just started seeing her lifestyle being completely different from his, and maybe he did or something, and they just decided to, go their separate ways. But girl, they was together for a very, very, very long time. That's a very long time, man. Wasted this. I don't want to say you wasted her time, because she contributed to her time being wasted, because she also could have left this situation if she didn't want to be there either. But damn, girl, 17 years, girl. Y'all was together that long, girl. Ooh. There is so much one could have done in 17 years, honey. But the good thing is that she was married to him. I'm sure she was relying on him for a lot, so he probably gonna have to pay out some, spousal support. Now, they didn't say they were divorced, so they could get back together at some later time. They probably could, but right now they are separated and have been separated for some time now. We just not finding out about it. Okay, but let me tell y'all, the pandemic done shook up a lot of relationships, honey. So I don't know if he came to realization during this pandemic and was like, oh, girl, I'm not used to being in the house with you all the time. So it's not like this all the time, okay? I cannot. I'm thinking about Bella Noche. Girl, if you can't go to Bella Noche, then where can you go? Okay, where can you go, honey? But that's what's going on with Miguel and her, Miss Nazanin. I hate it for them. We wish them the best, though, since they wish each other the best, and we wish you the best as well. So good luck, okay? I hope everything continues to work out for the couple, whether it's together or it is going to be separate. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. Do y'all feel like he wasted this lady's time? Do you feel like she wasted her own time? Y'all let me know, because she was with the man for 10 years before he started being engaged to her. But shockingly, he got married to her like 2 years after he engaged to her, girl. And it looked like 2 years after that, they separated. Girl, I ain't got time. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about it, honey. We finna scoot over, okay? Let's scoot over to Miss Kelly Price, honey, because everybody was over there trying to scoot around to this lady house to see where she at, because they ain't hear from her. Y'all know Miss Kelly Price was out here missing, allegedly. That's what the family was out here putting out, talking about how this lady is missing. We cannot find her. Where is she? Where has she gone? Tell me, have you seen her? That's what was going on with Miss Kelly. And then the attorney came out and said, girl, this woman is not missing. Why is y'all up here lying? Why y'all lying? This girl is not missing. She's well. She's fine, girl. She ain't missing, right? Then next thing you know, we saw a post made on her IG page, okay? Sister decided to speak out over there on Larry Reid Live, and then she also went on to do some other interviews to let y'all know, girl, we still have not heard from my Miss Girl. I have not heard from my sister. I ain't talked to my sister in like 2 months, honey. Where is she? Where has she been? What is going on? I need to see her face. I don't need to see no damn tweet or anything, girl. We the last 2 survivors of the family. We done lost our mom, our grandmothers, and everything, girl. It's just you and I. So I need to hear something. I need to see something, girl. I need to see it when I hear it. So you need to come on out and let the people know that you are well, because the sister was ready to drag it to the ground. Do you hear me? So then Miss Nicci Gilbert came out and was like, well, honey, I already spoke to Miss Kelly. Okay, Miss Kelly called me and we talked, girl. We had a good conversation. Everything is going well. My sister is fine. But it's not my place to tell details. That's her place. I'm gonna let y'all do that, but I'm gonna let y'all know about my experience tonight when I still talk about these missing girls and all that, and me advocating for women. I'm gonna tell y'all about my experience of having to find out about my good sis Kelly Price. I don't know how I felt about that. You know what I'm saying? It was a little clout. When I first saw the video, before I even heard any words, I saw her promoting like it looked like it was a radio station or something. I'm like, girl, what is this promotion? Like, is there going to be an interview or something that's going to come up? You know what I'm saying? That we got to be tuned in so we can hear from Miss Kelly or something. So I pressed play, girl. She done already said she talked to Miss Kelly. She already talked to Kelly, but y'all can tune in and listen to what it is she has to say over there on her, her platform or whatever she got going on. So it was looking a little side-eye-ish, just a little bit. And she was telling people not to speculate and just to wait and stuff. So I'm like, I guess she said it wasn't her place to open her mouth or say anything, right? So then when it gets to the show, right? When it gets to the show, honey, let me go and switch that up. This Miss Nicci Gilbert. When it gets to her show, People sat up there and watched her show for some time, and then she waited till the very end. Okay, this is what the Brat said now, because I didn't watch it, but they said she waited for so many minutes into the show, a very long time, before she brought up the Kelly Price situation. And she brought that up, and the Brat decided to go off. Okay, the Brat then got off her flight. She's riding home now. Although the Brat did not have to insert herself as well, even though she felt like Nicci was doing the most, she could have not contributed to doing the most as well, and just let her do her thing. The Brat popped up, told her, "Girl, you out of line. That's not how we move." Okay, her real friends have talked to her, and I'm like, "Well, Brat, how are you going to classify who's a real friend to Kelly and who's not?" Okay, so anyway, so the Brat says, you know, her real people, the people that F with her, for some reason, the Brat needed to let us know that Mariah Carey was her best friend on this particular live that she did, letting people know that she's talked to her. It's not your place. Pretty much, she felt like she was doing this stuff for clout. Like, girl, you had to sit up here watching your show all the way to the end or whatever. Because the Brat ended up doing 2 different lives. She did. She ended up doing 2 different lives. On the first one, she was calling out Miss Nicci for clout chasing off of Kelly Price, okay, being messy. And then they go and watch the show. She watches the show with her fiance. And once they watch the show, the Brat does another live and call her out for pretty much trying to get followers and subscribers and get people to come over to her channel. Right now, that was a little messy now, girl, especially when you've been going on your IG live and you had already said that you talked to Kelly or you done did a reel. Girl, you just could have gave us the deets and the updates over here on Instagram. That's what you, now Miss Nicci, the Brat had a point on that, girl. You could have just gave us those details, those updates and all of that over there. You didn't have to bring it over here to your platform. But if that's the type of content that you discuss, maybe, and you felt like it was going to be beneficial to the conversation, then maybe it would not have been bad if there was a learning lesson behind it that you wanted to share with others. Maybe it wasn't as bad. I didn't listen to it, okay? But if it didn't come off like that, then girl, it was you looking like you were chasing cloud. But let me tell y'all, Miss Nicci said she ain't backing down from nobody. She continued to say her piece, and she also explained how she got caught up in all of this situation with with Miss Kelly, because she says that Kelly's daughter reached out to her. Because originally Nicci was trying to book some I guess events or something for Kelly, but nobody has heard from Kelly. So she reached out to her daughter and she was like, "Hey, have you talked to your mom or whatever like that? I got some stuff I'm trying to book her on." And then the daughter was like, "Girl, I have not talked to my mom." Like, "Call me, let's talk." So she told her mom, she told Nicci everything that was going on with her mom. And then from there, things kind of like escalated and kind of, went out of hand. Okay, like, where is Miss Kelly? Ain't nobody seen Kelly, ain't nobody heard from Kelly. So once Kelly got wind of, everybody looking for her and people saying, "Girl, we need more than just you put some stuff on IG story. Girl, we need to see your face and we need to hear your voice." Okay, so when all of this went down, Miss Kelly decided to come out and give y'all some choice words to let y'all know what's going on. I want y'all to go ahead and check out what Miss Kelly had to say.
They lost me. I woke up some days later, a couple of days later, and the first thing I remember is the team of doctors standing around me and asking me if I knew what year it was.
Wait, when you say they lost you, can you clarify what that means?
Yeah, I died. And the next thing, it was some days later. I remember waking up in ICU and the doctor asking me if I remembered what year it was. I'm sorry, not what day, if I knew what year it was. Going into the hospital, I'd actually had COVID for over a week, but my conditions were progressing in the wrong direction from home. And when it got to a point, my temperature had raised right to about 103 and my breathing was extremely shallow. And so he called the ambulance. And so I had to go to the hospital. I was discharged. The hospital needed beds. I was able to go home and go home with oxygen and have home health aides come check on me throughout the week, which is what happened for a period of 4 weeks after being released from the hospital. So people were definitely seeing me. The people that could actually say something are not allowed to because of HIPAA law. I have a lot of rehabbing to do. I suffered a lot of internal damage. And so I have a lot of rehabbing to do before I am able to be what I like to call concert ready again. It hasn't been 2 months since I've seen my sister. It's been a year. I haven't been in the same room with her since my mother's funeral. Prior to that, we hadn't seen each other all pandemic long. That's not new for us. It's not new for us. We've been strained for a very long time. I was never missing. I was in my home. I was being seen by doctors. Everyone in my family knew exactly where I was. And I have to say that it's really disappointing that things came to this, but it was not true. And even when it comes to my daughter, I feel like she was easily manipulated. People are saying she's a kid. She's not a kid. She's 27 years old. She's my youngest. But in that situation, she was easily manipulated. And to go along with that, she's my baby. I have never been in danger. I am not in danger right now. I am focusing on putting myself first.
All right, y'all just heard what Miss Kelly had to say. She mentioned that she died on the table, y'all. Okay, she died and they brought her back. You know, she ended up going home because she had to discharge due to, you know, the hospitals needing beds and stuff. She said that her husband was actually at the house and he was helping take care of her as she FaceTime with the nurses and stuff. And he ended up contracting the virus as well, which is the reason why some of the people, people couldn't come into the house because both of them had the virus and they didn't want to get nobody sick. She hated how everything happened, you know, with the family and stuff. She speaks on how her daughter is 27 years old. And she says that her daughter was going along, she was manipulated and going along with, I guess, a storyline or whatever, going along with a narrative when it wasn't true. And I just kind of feel like with your daughter, because you made sure to mention that she wasn't a kid, that she's grown. So it makes me kind of feel like, I don't know if your daughter was manipulated. I feel like your daughter, that's how she felt. I think if she went along with it so easily, that's because that's how she was already feeling. I don't think she probably don't even like your husband like that, girl. Probably don't. Okay. And he probably wasn't giving any details, but they probably didn't know that he was sick too and probably didn't have the energy to interact with y'all. Or maybe y'all are estranged from him. You know, maybe some of your family is estranged from him because they don't like him, so they're not gonna call him, right? I don't know what it is. It sounds like all relationships can be better over there in the neck of the woods, especially considering the fact that you've lost your mom, you've lost some other family members, you know, during this time span, and you yourself died on the table and came back. I understand that you and your sister are at odds. Y'all haven't spoken in over a year and then some. But if you went through such a traumatic experience, wouldn't you think you would want to at least try to communicate with your sister? And if not, at least communicate with your daughter, because at the end of the day, your daughter still reached out to Nicci, trying to get Nicci to find out information about what's going on with you, because obviously everything that she was trying was, you know, hitting a brick wall. But it's still, to me, at the end of the day, something's just fishy and something's shaky. It still doesn't make any sense, you know. It's not adding up. You know, I want to hear y'all thoughts about this because, girl, I'm still confused, okay? And then the Brat talking about somebody doing something for clout, and then you turn around and you engage yourself into the madness. And when you think your friend probably won't want you to, you know, be doing all that extraness, just like she won't want Nicci to do all this extraness, girl. So, I mean, at some point, nobody was thinking about Kelly for real. It's just a lot. I gotta hear y'all thoughts because all of this stuff is still like a haze to me, and it's not making sense. Because even if you're really sick and you died on the table, you still would want to reach out to your family of some sort, even though she said all of her family knew where she was, they knew what was going on. And I think her daughter said that to Nicci, like she knew you was in the hospital, she knew you was discharged. The thing was, since you were discharged, that's when they have not spoken with you. So I don't know, I want to hear y'all thoughts down below on all of this. Let me know your thoughts on Nicci. Was she clout chasing? Was the Brat doing too much, or was she doing right by sticking up for her friend? Was Kelly right for not speaking to her daughter and stuff, and to Miss her sister? Because I feel like the daughter probably didn't even know this stuff was gonna get blown that much out of proportion. She was just talking to Nicci, trying to get Nicci to talk to you. Your sister could have potentially been the person to do the most, especially if she lied and said she hasn't talked to you in 2 months, knowing it's been more than a year. Okay, but all in all, girl, something's a little shaky out there in that water, and I want to hear y'all thoughts and comments about it, honey. Let me go ahead and move over to R. Kelly because his waters are very shaky. Do you hear me? Very, very shaky. Now I'm reading this over here from BuzzFeed, honey. BuzzFeed News is saying that R. Kelly has been found guilty of federal crimes after 11 sexual abuse victims testified against him. Girl, what the? R. Kelly, the R&B singer who for more than 25 years faced accusations of sexual abuse, okay, of dozens of young victims, all right? They're saying that he was found guilty of federal crimes. Ooh, honey, for over a month, Kelly has been on trial in Brooklyn federal court on 1 count of racketeering and 8 counts of violating the Mann Act, okay, a federal law addressing sex trafficking. Now, they're saying that federal prosecutors have accused Kelly of running an enterprise through which he exploited his star power time and time again to prey on underage girls, young women, and at least 2 male victims. Okay, not sure what is exactly true, but the jurors, they definitely deliberated for like 9 hours where they were struggling trying to convict him of some stuff. All right, but they ended up finding him guilty on all counts. Okay, now he faces decades in prison and is scheduled to be sentenced in May of 2022. All right. Now, I do believe that Miss Aaliyah was a part of this case as well, because y'all know it was being said that he married Aaliyah many years ago, right, when she was like 15 years old, which is absolutely disgusting, right? So they're saying at trial, the government laid out an expansive, detailed case to prove Kelly's guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, bringing hundreds of pieces of evidence and 45 witnesses, 11 of whom were his victims. Okay, they testified at times through tears about how Kelly sexually, emotionally, physically, and verbally abused them for years. Woo, girl. He was directly charged for crimes related to just 6 women, including Aaliyah, the late R&B singer, okay, who Kelly married when she was only 15 years old, okay? But the government used evidence that he'd abused others to argue that the scope of Kelly's actions amounted to racketeering, okay? What else did I want to say about this? I think that's it as I'm reading from the article. My thing is this. Number one, you guilty, baby. You got to go to jail, period, okay? And I don't know how you did, because I think the attorney said, oh, he wasn't expecting this outcome. I'm like, baby, I don't know how. Did you see how they came back and got Bill Cosby after all these years? You think they wasn't finna get you? Did you think that what happened with OJ, they wasn't finna come back and get him, lock him up for something? Because that when somebody stole OJ memorabilia and he tried to steal it back, or he sold it and tried to steal it back or whatever, they locked him up, girl. They locked that man up for what happened to Nicole. They didn't lock that man up for no memorabilia. So you should have known they was finna come back and get on your ass. Hello? Okay, but this is my only thing that I have with this case. I'm not 100% skilled or knowledgeable about racketeering, but usually when I hear racketeering, I hear not just one person being locked up, but a group of people. So if that is indeed the case, round up these other motherfuckers so they can sit in the cell next to him. The women and the men that may have gone out and sought out certain women to bring them into the house to be a part of this bullshit. Okay, y'all need to go and find them and make sure they are locked up, because those people are just as harmful as he is. Hello? That's how I'm feeling. Those men and women that turned their head and was like, girl, I ain't see that. You saw that, girl, I ain't see that. You hear that? I don't hear nothing, girl. Y'all not gonna get me caught up. I don't hear nothing. But you heard it the whole time and you saw it. Lock her up, lock him up, pull him out. Okay. So that's what I'm thinking. Like, okay, you listen. I'm trying. Let me see how long he got. How many years did he get? Well, they're gonna sentence him. So I think he could be facing like life or something like that in prison. So he could be in there for a very, very long time. I'm sure they're gonna try to appeal it and try to get out of it. But that's a very long time. So maybe he wasn't expecting. I don't know what this man was expecting, honey. But you had to know they was going to get you on something, baby. Okay? Because whether you had 45 people or 5 people or 2, they was on that saying you was going to get locked up. You do know that it don't take a whole lot of people to be a witness to get you locked up, right? Oh, okay then. Yeah. So I can't even say that I hate it for him, because that's just disgusting to me. You know, I've always been a person that cringes at older men wanting younger women, like especially like when they're underage. Like, number one, that's off limits. That's disgusting. Absolutely. But even when you become an adult and you have these 40-year-olds dating these 20-year-olds or these 50-year-olds with these 20 and 30, I still cringe at that, because for me, it still gives me that same pedophile type of energy. You know what I'm saying? So I still cringe at that, because I feel like if you'll do that later on in life, baby, you probably was already doing that in your 20s, reaching back, trying to pull forward some of these little bitty girls. And I can't take it. I can't deal. Disgusting. You know what I'm saying? You did what you did. You get what you get. It's it's an unfortunate situation, I'll say, for your children, right? Because they have to deal with this. Your legacy is their legacy. Okay? So they're gonna have to deal with that forever. It's a very unfortunate situation for them, sir. But you didn't really, you was over here running your sex cult and stuff. I ain't never really seen you be with your kids a whole lot. You was out here with other people's kids, though. I ain't got time, y'all. Listen, let me wrap this up, honey, because I'm gonna stay on his. It's a little too longer than what I need to. All right, but don't be surprised, boo. But we already know that he's gonna try to appeal it. But I don't see it really working in his favor until they probably find some really good evidence that's going to prove that some people got on the stand and lied or something like that. But at the end of the day, that's that on that. My thing is about this racketeering. You need to go around and rack up all the others that participated in this bullshit. Okay, having these linking this man with these other little girls, knowing that he was a predator this whole time. Go and find those people and have a trial for them and put that in prison. I said what I said. That's all I got. Okay, I'm Jamie. That's me, honey. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share my videos, follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.